Welcome to another 88K model railroad video, and this is a continuation of our Wiki demo layout build. Now this is part 5, and in part 5 what we're going to do is to transfer the plan itself onto the foam, and we're going to use a couple of specialized tools. We're going to use a spacer wheel, which will give perforation marks into the foam. Then we'll use a Dremel tool to hone out the foam for the track. Now we ended up going through a couple of iterations of a tool to help us hone that out, and then you'll see that. And if anyone wants to kind of follow along or do the same thing, they're able to create a tool or a little template, or it gives them an idea or a little suggestion or hints to create this tool to help them trench the foam out. Then once it's done, then we'll do a fitting and place the unitrack into the foam. So let's get started. Okay, so here we are at the workbench, and we're going to trace out the plan. Now you can see I've got the plan on the printout placed on the foam board, and I've got it taped down. So what I'm going to use is, this is one of the trace tools that you see with a lot of dressmakers. So they use this to trace the pattern out onto the material and cut, and that's what we're going to use. So we're going to do the same thing, and that way, if you look here, you can see that as you run it, the dot is transferred onto the foam, and then that's how we'll be able to trace out the plan onto the foam itself. So let me do that. Okay, so now I've got it all traced out. Make sure that you kind of follow everything through, because you don't want to pull it off and then have areas that you've missed. Then it becomes a headache. So just go over, double check, and make sure that each one of the lines have been traced or transferred onto the foam itself. So now I've done that, we can pull this off. So now you can see the outline is actually in the foam itself. So now that we have that done, we're going to go in and hone it out. So let me get that tool, and then you can see how that process works. So I'll be right back. Okay, so now here's the tool. We're going to use a Dremel tool with the tile adapter, and I've got the bit, and this is one of the, I forgot what they call it, the zip cutter bit, I think, and it's almost like an end mill, and we're going to use that to hone out the track plan. Now this can get really messy, so I've got a Shopsmith vacuum to vacuum up all of the foam as I go, and I'll do a small portion here just to let you know, or let you see how it works, and then after that I'll just skip ahead and finish it up. Oh, and another thing, this particular Dremel, it has a low speed. It's not like some of the Dremels are really fast. so you can see that you got a low speed, and that kind of keeps it from melting or burning the foam. So I'll stop it here. You kind of see how it works, and then I'll come back because I've got to cut this vacuum on. Okay, to speed up the process, what I did was I placed this ruler, or this plexiglass ruler, onto the foam. I taped it down, and now it runs right along the edge, so I could just slide it back and forth and not have to worry about trying to keep within the lines. And then I can just keep going back and forth, move it a little bit, and similar to what would happen, or the way a CNC machine would work. So I just wanted to add that in while I do this.
3 hours later.
Okay, I thought I'd take a time out and kind of show you guys something. You'll hear me talk about it time and time again. One of the most important things is having tools, and sometimes creating or making the tools that you need for a particular job. And I was honing this the track, or trenching the track out, and I thought, hey, maybe I'll take time and build an actual template or a jig that will help me trench out the track a lot faster. So that's what I did. You can see that it has the width of the track. This has edges or barrier for the tile ring. So as it comes over, it'll create a limit and it'll stop it. And then now it kind of works similar to like the router, a router bit or a router machine, where you can come along the edge, and sometimes it has like a bearing or whatnot. So that's what this does, and it allows me to just go in and just kind of work back and forth and then hone it out, and then I don't have to worry about the edges or anything. So this ends up making it a lot easier to hone it out. So you guys should probably make one out of cardboard or whatnot and do this, but it makes it a lot easier. And then I also did one with the 150 radius curve, so you can see that here. So I've got the track installed into the foam. It gives a different look. We'll be able to put the ballast along the edges, and that can give us a kind of a finished look. So with this completed, now we're going to build the sensors. So I'll be pulling the track up and for each one of the stations, and then we'll build the inner, the stop, and the exit sensors. So let's get to that.